Right then, so you probably just clicked on this video because you want to know the top 3 things that you should know before moving abroad. I have literally, from the day of recording this, just got back from my first ever time moving abroad. I was in Cyprus for 2 to 3 months, and I'm just going to give you guys in this video my advice, what I learned, what I wish I knew before I left. Just so you guys that were in my position 2 or 3 months ago can get more of a realistic idea and overview of what to expect when first moving abroad. If you are new to the channel and this is the first time you've ever seen my face, make sure you like and subscribe, as on this channel I'm going to be releasing kind of moving abroad content, travel content, vlogs, lifestyle, and almost that kind of anti 9 to 5 style of content. I definitely don't ever want to work in an office, and I presume that if you're watching this video and you want to move abroad, you want to do these nomad jobs, then maybe that's what you want to do as well. Maybe that's what's in your future. You don't want to be kind of stuck in an office in a 9 to 5, just slaving away for 30 years of your life, just saving for retirement, because that's the kind of mindset I've got, and that's the kind of mindset of people that I want to follow me and to subscribe to my channel. But yeah, enough of me rambling on, let's get right into the video. Right then, so number 1 is that it's not as scary as you might think. Now I've decided to put this as number 1, as this is probably the first thing that a lot of you guys watching this will feel, or definitely did feel, when you first thought about moving abroad. I know I did when I first started thinking about moving abroad. The first thing you think of was like, you're almost scared, because it's that kind of fear of the unknown, the fear of like you don't know what to expect, you don't know whether the grass is going to be greener, and it's all these feelings and emotions that you instantly get when you first get the idea of moving or living abroad. I remember before I initially moved abroad, I'd always worry about, like, for example, my bills, which is very important, but it's one of the worries. Your bills, kind of your family, your friends, whether you're going to be on your own when you get out there, whether you're going to enjoy it, whether you're going to meet the people you want to meet, whether like the worst is going to happen. You always think of the worst situation, so you always think like, what about if I have to come home, or what about if this happens or that happens, and you just end up overthinking it. Your mind does overtime, and you end up stressing a lot more than you actually need to. Now, a way that I tried to combat this, or kind of get over this kind of fear of living abroad, was like, I tried to look at the positive aspects, such as like the people you're going to meet, the environment that you're going to be in. Me personally, because I was going to Cyprus and it was going to be warm, so I knew the sun was going to be there. And when I'm currently sitting now back in the UK, I'm looking outside my window and it's cloudy, it's grey, it's not nice. So that in my head was almost like, boom, so that's an even positive like thought already in my head. And then I thought about the people I was going to meet there, the kind of network and the environment that I was going to be in. So all these things are very important. Obviously it might be different for you. I don't know where you're thinking about moving to, but say for example you want to move to Australia then, and you want to, say you've got work over there, you're going to work in a bar. Like, you know, you're going to meet like-minded people. You're going to meet people that have probably don't live in Australia originally but have moved to Australia to do bar work, or you're going to meet people who are similar to you and have the same mindset as you, which is the most important thing, because you'll find that in your hometown especially, is what I found, is the people around you, even though they're your friends, they might not have the same mindset as you, and they might not think how you think. So when you're trying to talk to them and explain to them kind of your goals and your future and your ideas, they almost don't, they'll agree with you and they'll be happy for you, but they don't have that like you know, when you get like that willpower and that like get up and go and that fire in your belly. Yeah, a lot of people around you probably don't have that in the environment that you're currently in, which is probably why you want to move abroad, which is fair enough. Okay then, so number 2 is that you've got to do it for yourself, and that is very, very important. And people underestimate this. People think that when I say you've got to do it for yourself, it's like people think, yeah, I'm going to do it for myself, I'm doing it for me. But then next thing you know, they've got their friends saying, are you going to do that? Are you sure you're going to do that? And then you automatically start thinking in your head, oh crap, like, should I actually do that? And then it's like a kind of spiral, and you just keep thinking and thinking, and before you know it, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years have passed by and you haven't took the lead. You haven't done what you said you was going to do, all because you let other people get into your head and tell you things which ideally don't have kind of your best interests at heart. They just want, the people that are saying this almost want what's best for them, and it's weird to kind of get that concept in your head, but like, your friends will always want what's best for them, in terms of like, they'll want you to stay there probably because you're their comfort or you're a good friend to them, which I'm sure you are. But do you think your best friend's going to want you to go and move away to the other side of the world? Probably not. Like, deep down, let's be real. Which leads me on to like what I want to explain a little bit more about, is like letting other people get into your head and to not listen to other people as such. Take advice from people from who you need to take advice to, but I always say to people, like, make sure that you're taking advice from somebody who is where you want to be, like 2-3 steps ahead of you. For example, like, you're watching this video now on YouTube, Sorry, I've got a blocked nose, as you could probably tell. I've actually come back with a bad flu from Cyprus, so I'm sorry if I sound all bunged up and stuff, but I thought I'd make this video anyway. But yeah, sorry, as I was saying, you're probably watching this video now because you're thinking, oh my god, this guy's like 2-3 steps ahead of me. For example, I am, because I've lived abroad and you probably haven't done it yet. So they're the kind of people you want to listen to. You don't really want to take advice from somebody. I always say, like, if you work in an office and the woman next to you in the office is saying you shouldn't do that, should you really take advice from her because has she done what you wanted to do? Or if she has, then fair enough, take as much advice as you can. But if she's just been in the office for 10-20 years, then realistically, like, as bad as it might sound, why are you listening to her? Do you know what I mean? And you need to get uncomfortable, man. Like, you need to get outside your comfort zone. Another thing which I say to everybody that messages me is that you need to get out your comfort zone, because that is where I truly personally believe that the best version of you will kind of unlock and will come out. Because as soon as you get out your comfort zone and you're around like-minded people, then good things happen and you kind of have this positive energy, and it all kind of comes together, and before you know it, your productivity increases, your happiness increases, and like your whole life just kind of increases, and like the quality without you even knowing, more so like in the background. But you'll know exactly what I mean after you watch this video and you say, yeah, I'm doing it, I'm going abroad, then you'll know exactly what I mean. So come back to the video if you're watching this in the future and just comment and say, you know what, Cam, you was right. All these things that you're telling me I shouldn't have worried about, because I'm telling you, I'm right. But on the flip side to that, you've got to do what's best for you, haven't you? That's the ultimate goal. You've got to do what's best for you. You only live once, as they always say, and you only get one shot kind of at life, and you're never going to be this young again. Me personally, when I was thinking about moving abroad, I was like, okay, so deep in it, I'm 24 now, but when I was doing it, I was like 22, 23. It was like, I'm never going to be this young again. Like, in 5-10 years time, will I regret it? And that's another thing. Will you regret not doing it? Because I'd rather live without regrets. I don't want regrets. I never want regrets. So that's something big in my life. Then if I've got something that I want to do and I know I'll regret it if I don't do it, then I'm going to do it 100%. But yeah, moving abroad is definitely a big jump and a big decision in life. It should only be done for like personal reasons. If it's something you want to do, and you feel it deep within your heart or like your body, and you know it because you'll wake up every morning, you'll think about it. When you go to sleep, you'll think about it. You'll be sitting at dinner with your family and like you'll subconsciously be thinking about it. So you know when it's in your gut and you know when you want to do it. So yeah, I always say to everybody, do it for personal reasons as well, man. So yeah, point number 2 is just do it for yourself. Don't let other people discourage you or kind of put you off doing what you want to do. Ultimately, it's your life. You've only got one life, so make the most of it and take a calculated risk as well. Don't always kind of jump straight in the deep end. Don't get me wrong, some people do it, and I've definitely done it at times in my life, but I never advise it or I never tell people to do that. Do a calculated risk. You know what's right for you, you know what's best for you, and kind of you know your situation better than anyone else. Now, talking about calculated risks, this is going to take me on to the 3rd point, which is make sure that you plan and prepare properly. Now, this is something very important that you need to know when moving abroad, because personally, when I was moving abroad, I planned everything, and almost I planned too much. I always tell people that I overplan, but I'd rather overplan than underplan. Now, what do I mean by planning then? This can be things like sorting out your financials, sorting out like your monthly outgoings, whether you've got enough money in your bank to cover you, worst case scenario, sorting out where you're going to live, your country that you're going to go to, what language do they speak, kind of what's the kind of rules and what's their culture as such. Is there any kind of visa requirements, things like that. So these are things that you need to get in place before you go, just so when you go, your transition into the country is like as smooth as possible, and it just lets like your mind free and let you kind of not have to stress about things that realistically you don't need to stress about, which you can prepare to, so you don't have to stress about these kind of things. Other things that I can quickly kind of think about is like maybe you might have to open a new bank account, maybe you might have to get a new SIM or a new phone number. All these little things that kind of, you'll search online on Google or whatever and you'll see a lot of them, but just these little things that you just want to write a list down and kind of prepare the best way you can. But I guess the main one and the most important one is, for a lot of you people out there, is finding a job. Now, if you're just traveling, then fair enough, but you guys that are living abroad, you probably are going to be working in the country that you're in. So think about it. What job are you going to have? Have you reached out to these jobs? Have you emailed anyone? Have you spoke to anybody in the area that you're going to be in? Do you know when you get there where you're going to go for like your first few days, just to hand out, I don't know, your CVs or go and speak to people? It's all these little things that are going to add up and kind of give you the best chance possible when first moving or living abroad. So just to quickly go over now what I spoke about. Number 1, we had, it's not as scary as you think. Moving abroad is not as scary as you guys may think. From personal experience, don't let it get to you. Don't let it kind of beat you up. Just do it, you'll feel fine. When you look back, you'll be like, why was I stressing so much? Number 2, we had do it for yourself. Now, for me personally, this is my most important one. Do it for yourself. Don't let other people get kind of in your mind and kind of sway your decision as such. You know what's best for you and you know what's going to pay off down the line. Trust your gut, believe in yourself, and don't worry about what other people think. And the last thing that I said that you need to know is that preparing to move. Now, all this is also very important. Like, this is the kind of background stuff which I presume a lot of you guys already do anyway. So prepare the best way you can, so when it gets to it, you haven't got other things to worry about, and you can kind of, just like I said earlier, that smooth transition straight into the new country, and it gives you kind of more space and more time to do what you want to do when you get to the country. But one last little note I just want to say, most importantly, is believe in yourself. This is very underlooked. Without self-belief, without kind of believing in yourself like properly, and when I say it, I don't just say, oh, when he says, oh, believe in yourself, like actually believe in yourself, like sit there and think to yourself, I can do this, because the mind, I've found, is very powerful, and if you can kind of manifest stuff and trust your gut and believe in yourself, you can go a long way. You can almost, they say, like, you can achieve anything, which is something that I believe is definitely true. Anything in life, if you put your mind to it and you kind of stick to it, stay consistent, and trust yourself, believe in yourself, then anything is achievable. So yeah, moving abroad is not as scary as you think. From my first 2 or 3 months, I'm definitely going to do it again very soon. I think the next one's going to be Thailand. So yeah, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and you can do anything that you want to do. But just remember as well, moving abroad for the first time can be a life-changing experience. You can do things which will change your life forever, which is kind of the good part and the exciting part. It can be a very rewarding and impactful experience. So I say to anyone out there, good luck on your journey, and yeah, do what you need to do, believe in yourself. I feel like I've said that about 1,000,000 times, but it's so important. Trust me, just believe in yourself and you'll be able to do anything that you want to do. Thank you for watching. For you guys that don't know, on this channel I'm going to start making more kind of lifestyle and moving abroad content to help you guys move abroad, live abroad, work online, work remotely, work in different countries, and kind of get the most out of life while we've got the time on the planet, I suppose. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, thank you very much. If you can, like and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.